creator, invasion from Omarrhan, how the universe began, part 2. How the Ronda revealed in his glorious manifestation of love, he became a topic of concern for his children, that the absolute perfection of his three-dimensional creation did not offer for its inhabitants any means by which to develop a greater connection at one. In fact, it seemed to draw them away from the higher vibrational selves, downward into the sensory pleasures of the lower dimensional existence. Mean they liked it a little too much and were reluctant to return for further experience in the higher realms, so they didn't want to die and leave this body. However, I don't know, maybe what I feel is that who created the humans was Earth itself. We were originate from Earth. The human body is from Earth. Earth is the planet that created it. What these aliens did was to, with their mighty control techniques and many other facets, what they did was to control everything, okay? To confuse Homo sapiens, and to further enhance their capability of being too dense, too too material, and also they construct their matrix here. But it doesn't mean that they didn't create it, because they are so how to say it, they are so conniving, so dishonest, that they see invasion and control over as creator, being a creator and create things. No, they don't create, they invest. Investors are not the same as a creator. Of course, they are creating something new. They may create something new for their business, but they are not the original creator. Okay, who created the source is just these atoms, the cosmos. These are the creator. These are the source. Nothing else. Anything else is creatures, just like me and you and the cats and the dogs and the fauna and flora as a whole. And so it was decided in the councils that just a bit of unpleasantness might spur their abilities to appreciate and remain connected to their creator. To focus their, not the creator, the boss, the president, I would say the president. To focus their attention, you might say. It was decided that the masters would develop a few insects, and then they created insects, arachnidians, something like that, which is the spider families, and also belongs to the same scorpio and centipedes and all this nonsense. The Lyme disease insect and many others venomous insect and reptiles like the snake. Most snake, not all, but most snake are toxic and venomous. So they did that so that they will harm the beings here, because they are too jealous that these beings are three-dimensional and they were just one-dimensional. Okay, they were like they were invisible for us because they are not complete. The formless beings were able to live here for thousands and thousands of years, and they were able to go at will. At will means when they pleased to go, to come out of the body. They got fed up and then they just let go their body at will. Not through disasters, not through diseases, not through illnesses, not through war, not through calamities, much less hunger. But yes, through will, their own free will. But they changed all that. They made us more limited, less able, less powerful, etc. And with that came the religions they created. That's why many religions people are not good. I don't think that religions and goodness is an interchangeable word. You can be good science without religion practices and rituals, alright? That's nonsense. I never like that. And I'm hated by some evil people who follows extremist religion, if you know what I mean. I'm hated by them because I don't want to follow their religions. I will never. I rather die than follow their religion. Their psycho devilish religion. And the politics and religions go hand in hand. Did you have you noticed it? Italy in the East. Yeah? Go hand on hand because both of it they strive, they yearn and strive for power. Power over, not power within and power with, but power over another. Sally saw females, children, the fauna and flora, all those they think are less than them when they aren't superior because they are not smart and intelligent enough. And I feel that intelligence is the key to power. Consciousness see even more. And not because you are a male, you are superior, or you have a man, you are superior, you have power, you are superior. You got this through proxies, and not because you are able, capable, or because you are so powerful. You are not powerful unless you are intelligent enough, which comes with consciousness see. Then you can say that you are powerful. Can you heal your diseases alone? Diseases, illnesses like cancer, all that, a very powerful virus. Can you? If you don't without help, external help, then you are not powerful because you have given your power to something else, to someone else. But if you can do it, then you are powerful, and it's called intelligence. I'm not talking about trauma because trauma you do need medical intervention. Traumas is like accident, tragedies. Then you do need a hospital. Other than that, I guess that if you can change your molecules, you can also change the disease from spread from the light bad to your physical body. I do that. So it was decided in the council that just a bit of unpleasantness might spur their abilities to appreciate and remain connected to their creator. To focus their attention, you might say, yeah, to know, to worship, be a devotee, a slave. They'd rather be a slave to the invisible than be slave to the invisible, to the visible. Men are so stupid that they worship a God that they don't see and they destroy a God that they see. Very ironic. It was decided that the masters would develop a few insects, and so they create all this nonsense here, and they change the DNA code for the felines and canines to eat meat, and even some primates to eat meat, when before all we did was to get nourishment from the air, either from the air, either from the sun, very little sun, not much. Too much sun is not good, and a lack of sun altogether also is not good. Okay, so we need the rain, we need all the elements, we need air, and we need some sunlight to survive here. Thus, we our ancestors and some of you guys were there, kind of feed through sunlight, very dim, very nice temperature, like 20, 15, 25 degrees Celsius, about just about 50 Fahrenheit to 60, no more than that. So and they would bakul sickness, yeah, but today I think that they increase the power of their snake, their serpents. Because nowadays, if we are surucucu, pico de jaca, which is from South America, from that part there we have jungles, and surucucu, pico de vaca, uh, surucucu, cruzeiro, is a very type of large 2 meter long vipers with a stripe like a cross. They have pattern on their skin like a cross, you know. Geometries on their skin is very funny looking serpent, but they are very powerful, very, but not the most potent venomous snake, but very powerful nevertheless. They can kill you within minutes without the antidote. And also much other snake, coral, vipers, adders, black mamba, cobra, Australia brown snake, many others. They like, they enhance it. They say, oh, it's not enough just to give sickness, just like let's go to the kill. So they brought these animals, which are all aliens animal. Snakes are aliens, not from this planet. It's not original to here. Whoever says, any guru that goes out there and say that serpent is from here is a very big corrupted liar. I challenge you to come in and debate with me, to tell me that the snakes is from here. No, they aren't. Reptilians are not from here. The amphibians also is not from here. Amphibians, reptilians are all aliens. However, the felines, there were some there in Lyra because the DNA was taken from here to there. They export from here to there, all right? And the canine as well, but there's canis, major canis, minor, because they took from here and formed their own galaxy out there. And formed the homos canine, homos feline in serious beings, species, and some feline species in Lyra, which is they're a kind benevolent, they're okay. The cute catty, the cute kitty cat, although they have a bit of your icy holes, but they're so cute, and the little puppy as well. I love all of them. So before, they didn't eat any meat, but they was programmed to eat meat when these beings, your alien masters, came invaded. So they did that because the people become lethargic and indolent. Oh yeah, I have to be hard work to worship them, to bend it down in fall, to prostrate towards them. I find it so stupid, you prostrate before a creature just like you, created it by the cosmos, who think that they are the big kids on the block just because they are big body, bullies and powerful. Really, weird all this and absurd. And some of them hates me, but that's okay. I give them the middle finger. I'm not for nonsense from nothing or nobody. I give them the middle finger. So the inhabitants were made aware in their higher dimensional. So I give them the middle finger, and their servants here, and their higher dimensional sojourns of the change which was to occur. But it did not dampen their ways to return. They still didn't return. Good for you, because you are trying so hard. You are trying very hard. The people don't want, oh, they are talking about their people, okay, not the former primordial uh, native of earth. And I'm not talking, when I say native, it's not the Asian people. It's not these people there, that you call Native American, who come from Asia, our original from Asia, went down all the way to the Americas. We see invaders also. To me, it's invaders. I'm not talking about them. When I say native of earth, I mean Homo sapiens, not monk. Homo sapiens, the Neanderthal, and many, many others. Okay? And the Homo erectus. We didn't come from this. We didn't evolve from ape. That's rubbish. Why there's such thing as a leftover? Why there's still they didn't all evolve all? Why? Why? Why didn't evolve all? Why some? Doesn't make sense, right? If the person is intelligent, they will ponder. They stop to think. The inhabitants were made aware in their higher dimensional sojourn of the change. They didn't want us, so just relax. You are very uptight. Just relax. As time passed, further experiments in genetic engineering continued and took on a rather daring turn about the time we were developing human type babies. No, you not developed. You adulterated. You adulterated them. You have adulterated them. You did not develop. You adulterate them. Okay, they take from us. They don't want to tell you the secret. And many of you don't want even to listen, because you are one of them, aliens, and also you are so ludibriated. Ludibriate means drunk under their spell, but you don't want to think. Rather, so they start to make more nonsense things like nuclear war, machines to control the weather, like when we have cyclone, typhoons, earthquakes, um, floods, violent floods, landslides, and many others, blizzard, many other things. They created all this with machines, but those machines you don't see. I have seen one through, but it's not visible. It's not material. I have seen. It's like a crane of sort, but it's black, and it have two. How to say? I don't know how to say the thing, but two pendulum or more, depend of for what they needed it. I have seen. It's very tall. It's the size of about 10-story high or higher, but it's invisible, and a black color, and come out as smoke. We will develop human and the abilities to create on their own. Show great promises and ability to create on their own. And they are not talking about earthlings, okay? Is other beings from other planets, but are humanoid now, because they came to Earth and they take the sample here and they brought offshore of world. They were talented scientists and invaders, aliens again, and were adept at using the energies of the universe to their own convenience, developing floating and soaring spacecraft and energy sources which could provide for all the needs of those beings in lower dimensions, like housing, food, and schools to train and educate the young in the true way, which is love. I don't know what they mean. What's love? Love is what? Discrepancy, inequality, power over, not power within. Is this what they call love? For me, psychopaths twist the meaning of love. For psychopaths, if they torture one animal or anybody as a child, they say, "Oh, I do it because I love it. That's why I'm doing it." because this is love. And if we protect the animals and the child, they say that we are the psychopath because we are helping the animals. Yeah, it happened. It happened. I have a deal with some psychopaths. When I try to defend children or animals, they'll call me meddlesome or troublemaker. You understand? Troublemaker, daring. Psychopaths are like that. And then when I call them devil and psychopath, they'll say, no, it's you. I say, no, it's you. Because you like to twist, like a good devil psychopath alien, you like to twist the story, twist the means of things. But not with me, huh? You don't win over me. Do you understand? You have no power over me. And they keep quiet, mostly males. An energy source which could provide for all the needs of those beings in lower dimensions. So, yeah, they bring because they are create their matrix, what? Then they create all this. And there is idiots who says, if it wasn't for the men, there were no metrics here, but not a man like you. I'm so sorry to say. Maybe the true men, the engineers, the very smart guys and hard-working guys out there. Not you, not you. And anyways, we could live just there with a small house in the trees. We still could live minus all the disaster that the alien must bring in to devastate all the whole ecosystem. Yeah? Right or not? The truth hurts, but it's true, man. No bars can win over my intellect and what I know. Nobody. So, in school to train and educate the young in the true way which love. I don't know what you mean. What's love for you? Love for you is distraction. Use the use of technology to distract. I don't need that. I rather live in the jungle there without all your aliens, insects, and vipers and all the snakes and serpents. I can live without this. We were aware of the omarrhan situation and were seeing the possible. Oh, another thing, the leeches also is an alien creature. Leeches, amoeba, water amoeba, and all the organism, microscopic organism, parasites are all aliens. All parasites are aliens. So we were aware of the omarrhan situation and were seeing the possibility for similar stagnancy in our own words, but were uneasy with the solution which was being called bring in the darkness in hopes of awakening light. So when they saw that not eyes again, the other aliens in the fourth dimension, the third dimensions, were very addicted to life in the 3D matrix, they devised a plan to trigger them into, go berserk, become mad, cause chaos, cause hell, just like we have here. Men killing women non-stop, men who want to become a woman, the one who doesn't want to come up from the closet. The son, they pick on a woman because they wanted to be a woman. Some of them are jealous of a woman, of their beauty, not of their intellect, because I know that men are more capable. I'm gonna tell the truth, alright? Men are more smart technically. Wise men are smart, but the woman is more consciously stronger than males. And some of them, not all, of course, not the very vain pot ones. They are kind very wise, but not all of them. But they are more flexible and they are more prone to go with nature. But there are others who are very Lilithist, Lilithist, and Lilithist mean that they are a bit like Lilith. They are quite sluggish, not to say other thing, and they forget about their gift that they have. So they just go for the flashy and they rather stay stupid, because too much vanity make you stupid because you stop think about who you really are and then you focus only on your build and your body. This also goes for male who are a bit of narcissist and like their body so much that they become addicted. I'm not saying that you should neglect your body. No, you shouldn't. Your skin, your hygiene. No, no, never, never. But try to have in a balance, 50-50 towards your a bit. You separated the body, okay, 50 for the 25 for the body, 25% for intellect, 50% for your higher self. How about that? That will be ideal for a balance um, kind of being see and state of mind. So bringing the darkness in hopes of awakening light. It made sense from a certain perspective, but seemed risky since it was a policy to remain as overseers and guides, but not to interfere with the behavior and unfolding of the evolution of those species. You didn't create, you invested, you adulted, you manipulated, you changed DNA code. You removed some DNA strand. Tell the truth. It's more beautiful. At the same time, civilizations were developing on omarrhan, which had very advanced technologies, including spacecraft which could carry the lower dimensional beings great distances, higher dimensional beings which have no need for spacecraft, though is a great convenience when they wish to carry equipment and materials between planets or galaxies. Yeah, I have seen that 2021, and that past day giving me a terrible uh, Omicron. So it's all a matter of time, so to speak, before the experiment went awry, and a number of the lower dimensional species became fascinated with the idea of experiencing the curiosity of seeing the effect of darkening sea on themselves and others. It was only a small step then to learning how to avoid their creators, turn their backs on one and set out on their own experiment on others. This was the first fall from grace, the original sin. That's what the original sin is all about. It means that, this giant species that you all call you religions people call the Nephilims. They were humanoid, um, how to say, they were the hybrids. They were aliens, but they are not supposed to forget their boss. But the Putin just want to get rid of all this dictatorship and communism. They just want to be themselves, to be free. But these beings who maybe could be Yahweh and Jehovah didn't want to. Alright? So what happened was that his older brother, who he called who? Ronda, and Anhontek, and Kaya Lucifer said no, 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 no. What you can do here is give them free will. This species that we manipulate, of course they say manipulate, but for us they will tell we created you, but for each other they say the beings that we changed and we manipulated and now we control. Let gives them free will. Alright, let's give them free will, and then they will try to evolve on their own. Let them on their own to see how they can do, and then you're gonna observe them from far away. You're gonna observe them, keep on observing them, overseeing them. But let them go on their own. Don't be so zealous towards them. Let them learn on their own. Let them fall and learn. And let's see how this experiment goes. It was an experiment actually, because the beings didn't have free will. It was totally under the control of others, and was not autonomous. Okay, was not autonomous. So they decided to give free will, and what happened is that without the spiritual guidance that we before had, which was stripped, taken away from us by his sister and he himself, the creators of the, not creator, the investors of the Milky Way, the mother and the father goddess that you all worship. Okay, Ningshida Nima and her brother Lucifer, and Kaya, Ronda, and Huntak. So what they did was to manipulate the species here and take away, strip away the memories that they have of their previous lives elsewhere. So without guidance, see the beings went astray, and the experiment went awry. So what happened when Jehovah or Yahweh saw that his older brother, older not younger brother. For me, he could be had been the older. He is the older, but they say that he's the younger brother. So let's say the younger brother, okay, Jehovah, he said, enough, you shame Nibiru, you cannot go on like this. This experiment has to stop, and then I will send some calamities. So he sent the tragedy of the great floods that he had before and still are having right now, tsunami, etc. He sent that, and also he sent one of his representatives here who were near the Africa and Middle East to throw a bomb in the sea, which is now called the Dead Sea. It's not called Dead Sea for nothing. That was a nuclear bomb sent there, thrown there. So they did that, and they tried to wipe out this experiment, okay, Jehovah. So, but after that, when some in Kaya, Lucifer, seeing that what his brother was planning to do, he came and warned one of his hybrids here. Say, do make construct an arch, and you are to, but it was only for Africa, no other continent, only for Africa. Construct an arch, and then save whoever you can. So that's the rest is history. Okay, so when Javé, by then they didn't know that there were people already in Europe and the Americas, and they were not those one tribal one that you see. This one came from Asia, from Southeast Asia, from also ancient Egypt. They have them there, and they come from Asia Pacific. They didn't come from. They are not original to Americas. There were other people there back then, but they didn't know. The Anunnaks didn't know that. So they, after they go, they went. They they thought that they had wiped the people. Actually, they did. Most of the Arabic people who was the experiment and also their hybrids in the Hebraics, they finished it raw in the Aramaics and those Sumerians and whatever, Babylonia, old Babylon, blah blah blah, whereas right now Iraq, they finish all, okay, and the Persians only left some who flee in the arch to multiply later on. But they didn't know, unknown to them, there were already people in the Americas, in Europe. When they found out that there were these people, they brought in them as slaves to the Middle East and Africa, South Africa. They brought it once not million, thousands of years ago, which is not told in your textbooks or your history books. They were sent, so they were brought in out from Europe to the Middle East. The man called Jesus, who he's a hybrid who had some genetic makeup with Enkaya, Lucifer. His grandmother was European. Okay, that's why he was fair-skinned guy. Many say, oh no, he was black. No, he's like Hebraic. No, that one was another guy. It's another guy. It's Sananda. The true Jesus, his mother is a white lady, European blonde lady. His grandmother. Looked like his mother was all the time brought up. His grandmother was a slave, white slave. His mother was brought up by his father, sent her to the temple to stay there. His father is Middle Eastern. Okay? They tell you this? No, they don't tell. You need to dig and dig and dig, search, and it takes year, man. It takes year for us to bring the puzzle together and then join up the puzzle together, you know, and come to a conclusion. Take years and years of search and pondering. So it was only a small step then to learn how to avoid the Creator, turn their back, so they fall from grace. It spread rapidly across the universe to the main planets where indolency, a problem in the lower dimensions, had made the embodied beings of high intelligence restless and ripe for a new kind of excitement, and are ready for a new kind of excitement. Within a few generations impels us toward destruction and the wish to control and dominate others took root and began to flourish until the entire lower dimensions up to the lower 50 dimension became a nightmarish arena filled with pestilence, diseases, war, and devastation. Because thanks to you all, you also helped contribute with this. And now you want to, just remove your responsibility from all this. It's just like you want to say, whatever I do, don't make me responsible. The narcissists are like this. Whatever I do, don't take me responsible. Don't make me responsible for it. I gonna do, but the blame will be yours. Weaponry was developed which threatened the safety of higher dimensions, as it later happened on Earth. See, on Earth. So all the nonsense, the cabaret, the Jerry Springer show come from off-world. It's not something like the religions fanatics say that is a human thing, it's an earthly thing. No, it isn't. It isn't. It didn't originate here. It originated from your master's gods. Your master's God originated all this. Okay? It's not a human thing. I'm tired of telling this. See, here's the and I didn't see this before. I knew it. It's just proving what I already knew and I have been telling all the time, that this is not a human thing. However, it's an alien traits, alien character, and those who emulate them here and do exactly as the aliens does is because you are an alien. And I'm not talking to only those who are in power, leaders, but I'm talking about the simpleton people as well, the laymen, the ordinary, the goyims. Okay? I'm not just talking about those in power, or the rich, the famous, the leaders. No, I'm talking about any people like me, ordinary people like you, many others. So if you, when you behave in a very unconscious way, you only think about ourselves, we are a narcissistic, selfish person, then we are an alien. Regardless of our status quo, regardless of our level of status, doesn't matter. When you are stupid, because if you are evil, you are stupid. Those two are interchangeable. When you are a crook, corrupted, then you are stupid. And when you are stupid, you are what? An alien. Oh, but alien is very smart. Alien bring us this and that. Yeah, that one's technical. But when it comes to emotional intelligence, wisdom, they don't have. Some have, but not all of them. With many species of intelligent beings taking part in the Middle East, an alliance is building to create a powerful military force. It was decided that to allow the experiment to continue would be too dangerous. And again, this experiment didn't happen on Earth. It was elsewhere, okay? Before you all just take things direct from the book. That's why many of you make mistakes even within your religion systems from your holy books. So to continue would be too dangerous for the entire multiverse, and that the only possible resolution would be to offer amnesty to those who were willing to return to the light or suffer destruction or genocide or dissolution or annihilation. It was not announced that the intention was to destroy the entire universe, but there was no way to resolve the problem without the risk to the rest of the multiverse. All souls were welcomed back into higher dimensions, but the physical bodies were destroyed completely. Once dissolved back into one, once back to the cosmos. Okay, because once we die, we go back to the cosmos, and back to the earth. The body, of course, the higher self, the astral body goes to the cosmos. So they destroyed their experiments, their bodies. However, a number of the dark ones sensed trouble. The darker ones, the troublemakers, sensed the trouble and took flight at the first hint of threat. When they sensed that something was coming, they just get lost, as they were prepared to do and depart the boundaries of their universe and enter the moments. And then before their universe was to be destroyed, they just took flight and go away. Before omarrhan were destroyed by these light beings, okay? The light beings invaded their universe and destroyed. Omarrhan is an Arabic name. It's the 15 multi-dimensional beings who came to Earth after that. One might conclude that it would have been wise at the time to muster our spaceships to fend off the invaders, but ours was a peaceful universe without weaponry or will to engage in combat. So who are those beings who are here talking? Andromeda, they are Lot, Arcturus, Pleiades, Lyrans, whose universe has been, not universe, galaxies and planets has been, and constellation has been invaded by those Dracos, okay, who are comprised of reptilians, Draco, Draconians, and Greys, the negative Greys, but there are also the positive Greys. Not all Greys are evil, but now they are representatives here on Earth, wearing a human body. It was difficult even for our inhabitants to conceive of fighting against their brethren from the sister universe. Their sister, that means the universe was a female, belong to a female, and they have to fight for their sister. Okay, so they didn't want to fight them, but there was no, for them at least, no other way. So sometimes to fight a dispose, we have to do what we don't want to, but we are forced to stop a dispose from abuse, right? Of course, I could have taken matters into my own hands and simply destroyed them. But in counsel of my masters, you see, he cannot be a god because he got masters and some superior above him. And it was decided one is the federation, the group, the legions of federation. It was decided that we would take the path of light and love always, because they don't count bloody lineage. They count they count how to say community, tribes. For them, family is not as important as it is their tribe and their federation. Okay, we were a strong and resilient group of souls, some of whom had already truly studied the problems of omarrhan as part of their own development. It was decided that we would attempt to rehabilitate the dark ones from omarrhan, while protecting our own territories with a defensive response only policy. I see. We were joined by a number of the omarrhan masters, and it became then the battleground where good and evil would meet the final test. It was then that the Galactic Federation of Light was formed, which is a mixture, It's like a next. They are mixture. They are comprised of greys, draconians, reptiles, and many, many others. It grew quickly into an able military alliance under the guidance of the one we now call Esther, with the mandate to protect and defend all lower dimensional beings and planets, without at any time declaring war on the invaders. I have seen Esther. She's exactly as they said. She's blondie, wear a blue uniform, but I don't know, maybe it's on the hologram, I don't know. But he's a blonde guy, and still young, like 32, 33 years old, and he's exactly like the picture, and he wore a blue uniform. It was made clear to the Dark Ones that could um, we could make them disappear and destroy them and make them vanish at any time. But that would work with them to help them find, but it would be better for them to find settlements where they would be allowed to live peacefully, but in their terms. Okay, they could live okay, but under these beings' terms, under their rules and laws, which the dark ones didn't want, because they want to be free. Okay, free of the rules, free of all these kind of things that it doesn't give much space for growing, personal growth, because you need to live in the shadow of others. It's not good. Which did not allow for military intervention towards any planet or group of beings. With the agreement of the Mother and Father God, they were permitted to establish a refugee camp on Mars. The Mother God and Mother Father here is the one in Kaya, and he's reasoning Ma. And later they created outposts on the far side of the Earth's moon. The rest is history, as they say. You know from earlier messages the story of their psychological infiltration, their propaganda campaign, and their tactics of remaining in lower dimensions in order to avoid their review and denial in higher dimensions. So they stay here hiding because they don't want to go there to face the judgment or whatever from these light beings. Now, again, there's no such thing as God. There's just aliens who are smarter and are more powerful than us in all ways. Okay, but they are not God. They are just as creators and creatures as we are. Okay. However, there is the rebels doesn't want compromise. They don't want to live on the shadow of these light beings because they don't want rules. They want to make their own, their own lives, their own kind of world, and they have their own laws. That's why they are called outcasts. They are called troublemakers. They are called they are called the red t-shirts. They are called radical because they just want to have their own way, okay, without people telling them, hey, do this, do that, do this, do that. You don't live for yourself, you live for others. When those are not God's either, so why we must listen and obey someone who is not your God's? Because there's no such thing. Everything is creating together. We are the cosmos. I was told that I would say that under my own risk. They say you're going to tell all this, but then going to be at your own risk. And I'm going to take a lot of courage of your part. But there's no other way. Because we are in the we are on the crossroad. We are seeing things not getting any better for this planet, for people as an individual and in communities. So someone must start it there. Someone need to have a lot of boobs. Since they don't have balls, they need to have boobs to come here and say it as it is. The part you have not been told was that all the original dark ideas and plans were brought to our shores from another universe. So, like I always said, these dark ones come from another universe. And in this universe, from what I know, nobody told me, but I already know, is like this. Okay, now we have here our universe, right? Solar system, then there's Milky Way. The Earth didn't belong to this universe before. It was outside of it, but it was brought up here by aliens. Okay, and then she have shifted like mean time, going to the alien wars. Earth have been through and fro, just like a nursery rhyme. To and flow, na 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 na, up and down. So the Earth has been moved in and out of this solar system. And now she sits on the center of the galaxy because it will be more like convenient for the aliens to come and go as they please and make this one center, one business hub, if you will. So they so imagine that there's many multiverses unimaginable by aliens and human Homo sapiens. So there's many black holes too. In one of these black holes came these beings, the draconians, the reptilians. They are not from this universe. They're from another universe, but they have formed the universe here Oh, but Alpha Draconis is from this is in this universe. Yeah, because they created it here. Is simple. Invader come, conquer states, and build their own empire. They simple as that. Explain it. Okay, so they came. They created Alpha Draconis. What else? Some part of the Pleiadians belong to them. Sirius. Where else? Alpha Centauris. Alpha Centauris also some part belong to the reptiles and draconian. The Earth too, they have invaded and infiltrated here, and they are on the military. They are in power, etc. And among some stupid people who follow religions, believe they are also there. Control these people. They are the one who created religions and political power and military power and economic powers. Okay? But these beings come from another universe. They come from the black hole. I have told it before. It's not my first time telling this here. So they were the beloved children of my brother. Dark in there, apparently brought also from another universe. They were the beloved children of my brother. He's Lucifer. Uh, this one, I guess who's telling this is Jehovah. So, from my beloved, the beloved children of my brother, sentient beings who left the protective and loving embrace of their Creator to flee to the far reaches of our universe in an attempt to prove that darkness is more powerful than light. So his children, one who is Satan, also Lucifer's son is Satan, and that they are mostly there in Satania, who's also Saturn, that planet there, ring planet, belong to his son, and it's them causing all this problem here. Okay. Later we'll talk more about Satania. So it's more powerful than the light. So they create this thing because they want to be separate. They fed up. They want getting bored, and they just want to have their own party. Do you understand? Their own metrics, their own party, etc. I try to be as much as how to say diplomatic as possible, arbitrary. I don't want quite to take sides, okay, and I go into 03. Although these beings, they don't like those who stand on the fence. They don't like it. They prefer you to take a stand, but I won't take any stand. I'm just saying things as it is, okay? So this is how what is happening. So the Bible and the holy books, the others holy books as well, say, oh, Satan rebelled against God. Who's God? Which God? There's many. Polytheism is closer to the truth than monotheism. So which God? Uh, Lucifer is a fallen angel. He disobeyed the God, the Father. Yeah, the Hey Anu from Nibiru, right? That's your God. This is your God. And who represents him? Jehovah, his son, and Leo, the God Jupiter of storm and rain and lightning, all that. So darkness is more powerful than light. They were able to make it inroads and Uyanellis, notable among them the reptilians from Orion who broke from their brethren and joined the forces of the invaders. But they had not and will not be triumphant. Stop this nonsense. Just join hands. Okay, leave earth be. Take away all your aliens, snakes from here, your insect and your aliens people from here, and I leave earth alone and join together, be a brothers, and I stop being a dictator. Nobody can stand dictatorship. Enough. The invaders and their allies had been removed from the planet, but their propaganda for the dark remains in the language, the habits, and the beliefs of humankind. Yeah, too bad. Too bad. Because this is trash all part of aliens, of course. They kill, they rob, they are stupid. Because stupidity, again, I want to say, if you are evil, it's because you are stupid. If you are unjust, it's because you are stupid. Oh, but I'm a scientist, I'm a professor, I am this, I'm that, but you're still stupid. As long as you're doing things, you are stupid. You only have techniques because you went to university, but you still remain stupid. I'm so sorry. In the eyes of the wise one, you are stupid. So, because they are so, arrogant that they see success as a mean of you having a paper to show that you have a degree and that you are intelligent. But intelligence is not about a memorization process. It takes more than that. It goes beyond having a degree, having a doctorate, have a paper, you know. But there's some society that's so jackass that they think that education is everything. No, it isn't. It isn't. Education come in the genetic. Is your trademark. Either you have it or you don't. You only need basic. You don't need to go very far in education. Education is just a way, a mean to have a living, not to have a life. As the condition have worsened, the disparity between rich and poor has become glaring deliberately the master. So, humankind will find humankind, have not conquered them through military might. But that would have proven them right. What? I don't know what they mean here. Only through winning the hearts and minds of all humankind will the final shift take place on planet Earth. So they try to win you over with sentiments, emotions, nice words. But nice words does not make a good reaction always. Okay, nice words is just like empathy drum, just make noises. But doesn't mean that something good will yield from it. Sometimes much to the contrary. So it's not as impossible a task as it might appear from your vantage point of view on the cross. So only through for that would you have proved them right. So if you think you can conquer them through military might, then you are wasting your time. You are dealing with monsters. And I'm telling you right, they are monsters. They can smash you with just a thought. Okay? They can kill you just from afar. If a thought, and your military weapons are nothing for them. So only through winning the hearts of the mind of all humankind if the final shift take place on planet Earth. It's not as impossible a task as it might appear from your vantage point of view, as the conditions have worsened and the disparity between rich and poor had become gradually deliberate. Not only that, also the violence, the rate of crimes went up. People just see going berserk, angry, evil, killing one another even within family. Men, especially so the males are the most vulnerable to attack, to psychic attack, because they are not very, very wise. If they were wise and they could control the temper, their testosterone, then it would be easier for them. Because males only think about might, power over, and they think with their egos more than females. The masterminds of the dark agendas are being boldly revealed as the criminals they really are. The challenge for humankind will be to remain in love, which is a challenge right now, because people are going crazy. They set one against another. sons and daughters against mother, mother against young children, father against young children, men against women. Okay? And incest, all time high incest is very rotten. Not to say the least, I want to vomit this name. Siblings sleep, going to bed with his siblings. Father with his daughter, sometimes the daughter willing to do it. In Africa, it's become like a culture. Another part of the world, the father raping daughter, making children by her, by him. Okay? Rapes of young children, sacrifice of young children in all way possible. People stabbing children, young children on the street for nothing, deliberately, randomly, like that. Okay? Those is already the seed of those aliens. Those are the seed. Those are not humans, but they just has a human carcass, but they are aliens. Many of them here, many who will, if they ever do read this message here, they are, many of you don't know if you are stupid, and when I say stupid you are evil, then you are an alien. The negative one, there's a lot. And again I will tell you, human beings are not the original evils. Aliens are. So even as you send off the perpetrator to spend some time in, shall we say, forced meditation. The challenge for humankind will be to remain in love, find it in your hearts to forgive and a peace within. But they are not finding peace. They instigate people, the low class one, instigate people, abusing people to get a response from them, so that they will respond with aggressiveness and violence. This is what happened. I have been telling already that this kind of behavior is not normal. There's something wrong, and you must not fall for it. Unless you are aliens, then what can you do? You see, the triumph of the light over darkness never could have been resolved by war. You see, the triumph of the light over darkness never could have been resolved by war. For war is darkness. Nor could it have been defeated. Those who invaded our beloved home were simply mistaken in their beliefs. They were kind of stupid. And they convinced many of you that they were right. They did not. This is the trademark, as I said earlier, of the psychopaths. They are always right. Psychopaths are like this. They kill people because in their mind they think that they are right. The other ones, the perpetrators, and they have the right over that person's lives. You understand? And they are always the victim. The psychopaths are always the victim. And very manipulative too. Earth had become their play. I have difficulty in spell this word. Playground for a time. But you and I never intended to succumb to their seductions. You may have forgotten for a brief time that fear is not a viable part of our lives in the light, and that you weakened under the weight of the totalitarian mind control to a point where you became focused on their destructive tools, implants, psychological manipulations, and illnesses, as if they actually controlled you. Now is time, my beloved children. Now is time, my beloved children, to return to me. Turn your back on the omarrhan legacy of darkness and fear, and walk with me in the light and in the lesser love. It's our divine legacy and our great plan. Together we will sing and we will walk across the globe, our hands open and our hearts alive with the joy of being free. It's our time. Come with me. I am your creator. We are gods and we are one. Now, I realize I have a difficulty to accept all Jesus' total truth. I may be equivocated and wrong, misunderstood. I have misunderstood the things, but I don't know. I have a feeling that why do you keep in secret? Why do you keep in the hide in the shadows? If you are really God and you say, why don't you appear? Oh, but I don't have a body. Never mind. You make one. Could be an animal, a plant, whatever, but appear and tell your side of the story. Tell your truth. Why don't you tell who you are? If you are really true, you are really genuine and legit, why don't you tell your name, say who you are? You don't say, you keep on, on the shadows and behind the curtain, afraid of the others. Or maybe not afraid, but because you know that you are a single bird with two wings, but the bird of a single bird, with two wings left and right, dark and light, or a door with both sides left and right, a single door left and right side, or a door with two windows right and left. You understand? Or the side, two sides, double sides of the same coins. So that's how I understand all this, how I feel and how I understand, and how as such, as in as a result, I have to express what I feel. This is how I see it. Okay, that's my perspective. But I cannot make others people perspective because I don't have the power. I just have this one opinion, okay, and a feeling, a thesis. But I cannot make it a gospel or whatever, say that is completely right. But just stop for a second to think whether it makes sense or not. If you are gods who are really true, why did they don't appear? They just talk but don't appear, still in the shadow. Oh, but my God is everything, they have no body. How you would them to appear or it to appear? In no way possible. Don't it has power? So it could just appear as anything. Even as a broom, stick, even as a body, anything. Tree, a human, what you're more comfortable with. But come and speak your mind, speak your side of the story. Why do you have to stay on the shadows? Say behind invisibility and come here and tell that I am your creator, I am a God, I am this and that. There is two sides, there's duality. My brother did this, my brother did that. Oh no, it was him, no, it was him. And how do you know whether this is as a single being making up all this story? Understand what I mean? Yeah, that's how I view it. So that's why I have to do it again and again, because I need to, I cannot just take the material straight from its origin here as I see it without stop, analyze, and then try to eat it, to process it, compute, and then I have to process it, analyze, digest it, and then come into a conclusion. Finally, come to a conclusion to how I view it, to how I perceive it, without taking it straight from the root of the book.